Hello everyone and welcome back to Gtrealm. On today's episode I'm going to show you how to do the first race of the menu book 42 and the car I used, the upgrade I used on the car itself and the strategy I used to win the race. Okay, so the car I'm using is the Peugeot 908 HDI and the only upgrade I did was put the medium RPM turbocharger on to make it 829 brake horsepower. So that's where we're at with that. That's the car ready to rock and roll. Okay, so as you can see the race is at Daytona infield. So this is where the race will be taking place. It's a 20 lap race with tyres and fuel. Okay, so what is the strategy that we used to win the race? Okay, so basically with the mods we've got on, we've set the fuel trims to 3, which we will keep up until literally the last quarter of the lap, of the final lap. We are on racing hard tyres, which we're not going to change, we're going to use for the entire race. And we only are going to stop for fuel. The other thing we're going to be doing in the race is we're going to be short shifting extremely short. You're going to be shifting between 5,700 to 6,000 RPM for every gear, and you're going to do that for the entire race, and that should suffice. That should help you with the fuel in terms of good management. The other thing with this particular race is the AI are a bit dirty, to say the least, so you've got to give them a wide berth. They will spin you out if you're cutting across them or trying to do anything daft, so be aware of that. It took a couple of goes before I actually got this lap in because of AI knocking me off, until I figured out how I should be passing them and keeping out their way, basically. Look, at that's a lovely shot, that. There is some really good replay shots in Gran Turismo 7. It's just a shame the lobbies are busted, but never mind, moving on. So yeah, so that's where we're at. So we've got to get through the field, so this, a nice little pass here, nice and easy. And we're going to pass a classic Mazda here, like he's going backwards. We're going to pass the old Salba Mercedes, so we want to pit at the end of lap 5, but we want to make sure that we can at least see or pass Bishop. And the reason for this is that Bishop doesn't pit the entire race, and normally he's the one who wins the race. But because we have to pit, this is the strategy we're using. So no tyres, just stay on the hards, they're more than good enough to last the entire 10 laps, and just fill up to the point it tells you to. Literally on the dot, you don't need to go any more. And off you go. Then poor lad's got it. I don't know if you saw that, but my car run them over. They're alright though. They just bounced off the front of the car, it was all good. Then we join back to the race in 9th place. So you want to be either 9th or 8th, something like that, when you rejoin the race, to know that you're going to stand the chance without having to work too hard at it. Because obviously within this race you've got to manage your fuel and your tyres to a certain extent. You don't want to be going too hard to lose them completely. So we're on a nice little bunch here. We've got them passed, and then we get to the last, well, second to last lap at number 9. We've just passed the start finish straight and pit exit, and Zono has ended up in front of us, and this is exactly where we need to be. We need to be able to see Bishop and Hizzle. We know we can pass these on the straight, so just be patient. That's Zono done, and then we're heading up to Bishop, because Bishop ends up winning the race every time. So once you've passed him, you've basically won the race at this point. Hizzle, for some reason, pits on this lap which is just, you know, ridiculous. Who would actually do that? But never mind. He had no lead worth talking about. So we passed him. Bishop's been passed. And it's basically just bring it home. So we come out of the bus stop, or the Daytona's bus stop, and on the exit of here I just put the fuel trim to 1. So we've got maximum power and we can just pull away from Bishop to end the race at a nice high speed. And that's basically how you win the race. That's it from start to finish. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.